few hours after the bench ruling of the trial judge, Justice Ijoma Ojukwu of the Federal High Court Abuja ordering the Department of State Service (DSS) to release the detained human rights activists Omoyele Sowore and Olawale Bakare. The activists have regained their freedom. The activists walked out of the detention after spending 126 days in DSS custody despite meeting their bail conditions. The DSS had insisted that those who stood as sureties must come forward for verification as part of internal administrative procedures. The service has come under intense pressure from within and outside the country over continued detention of the activists. Sowore was arrested on August 3, 2019 in a Lagos hotel over the call for revolution in a protest scheduled to take place on August 5th. He was beaten and dragged on the floor before being taken to Abuja. The DSS filed a 7-count charge bordering on treasonable felony, cyber-stalking President Muhammadu Buhari, among other offenses on August 20th, a day before the expiration of the detention order of the court permitting the DSS to keep the activists for 45 days. The detention order elapsed on September 21st. The vacation judge, Justice Taiwo on September 24th, admitted the activists to bail when he asked the DSS to release him forthwith to his lawyer, Femi Falana, who will produce him anytime he is needed, but he must deposit his international passport with the chief registrar of the court. Despite the order, the secret police refused to release them but continued to keep him in detention. Sowore, who was miffed and not comfortable at his detention on August 9, filed a 19-grand application asking the court to set aside the ex parte order. The case was assigned to Justice Nkweonyi Maha of the same court as Justice Taiwo announced in the open court that his role as vacation judge has ended. Maha declined to hear Showore's motion on August 28 on the ground that she did not have jurisdiction to review the decision of Justice Taiwo. She declined all applications made by lead defense counsel Femi Falana and sent the case back to Justice Taiwo for further hearing. Again, not satisfied with his illegal detention, Falana filed another motion on September 13th, particularly asking the court to admit his client's bail on self-recognizance or upon any condition the court may reasonably deem to impose in the circumstance of the case. Falana argued that Section 28 of 4 of the Terrorism Prevention Amendment Act 2013, a person detained pursuant to Section 27(1) can be admitted to bail by the court. Sowore and Bakare were arraigned and took their plea on September 30th before a new judge, Justice Ijoma Ojukwu, and pleaded not guilty to the 7 counts charge levied against them. They were again granted bail on October 4th, but on certain conditions which their lawyer considered stringent. Justice Ojukwu granted Sowore bail of 100 million naira with 2 sureties in like sum who must have landed property within the court's jurisdiction and evidence of tax clearance. One of the sureties must deposit 50 million naira in the account of the court as security. She also barred him from traveling out of Abuja during his trial. She granted Bakare a 50 million naira bail with 1 surety in like sum with landed property in Abuja and also restricted him from traveling out of Osogbo during his trial. The activists, through their lawyer, Femi Falana, applied for the variation of the terms and asked the court for leniency. On October 21st, the trial judge, at the instance of the application by the defendant, set aside the previous conditions of 50 million naira security deposits by one of the surety. She also reduced the 50 million naira bail to the second defendant, Olawale Bakare, to 20 million naira. Justice Ojukwu, however, refused to vary all other bail conditions. When the matter came up for trial on November 6, Ojukwu issued a release warrant ordering the release of the activists from DSS detention. Again, the secret police refused to let him go as they engaged the defense team in a cat and mouse game, issuing press releases telling Nigerians lies on the reason upon why they were still being held. The DSS, in one of their press release, had asked Showore's sureties to come forward for verification. The service claimed that it is part of security administrative procedures. They also said nobody has come forward to take his delivery. In another statement, the service said that Showore may be knocked down by moving vehicle if released. A coalition of the civil society groups led by Deji Adeyanju staged a peaceful protest at the headquarters of the service and demanded for his release, but the DSS operative opened fire on the protesters and injured many journalists in the process. At the resumed hearing of the case on Thursday, December 5th, the judge lambasted the DSS in an open court for flouting court order. The visibly angry Ojukwu awarded 100,000 naira as damages against DSS for disobeying its order. She also ordered the release of the activists from DSS custody within 24 hours. She has adjourned the case to December 6th for continuation of the trial. So guys, this is what everything has come out to be, or has turned to. Wow, this is a big congratulations to Falana and his team. It's a good thing that they stood by the law. Like what I always say most of the time is that most of this man called Falana is always speaking from the angle of the law. He does not just speak like, okay, you know, out of sentiment or out of whatever. But he always come out to say, no, these are the things that we are going to do. And according to law, he's always quoting the law. You know, that's to tell you that he knows what he's talking about. You can imagine S0W0RE saying, these guys, they know the truth. Saying, why didn't Falana and his team present the shorties to the DSS so that they will release him if really they want their man to be released? And the lawyers have been saying, no, we can't do that. We can't be bowing to the pressure of these people. The first time, we all know the stories from the beginning. Oh, we can't release him because he will get knocked down by the vehicle. Oh, nobody came for him. Oh, we need the shorties. Oh, Showore said he preferred to stay in their custody because of the good treatment they are giving to him. You know, and the likes of Dadsuki and S0W0RE. You can imagine bringing all manner of lies. But because the judge lambasted them and compelled them that what effrontery for you to disobey my order. Who told you that they need to present shorties, or shorties must present themselves before they can be released? In what constitution is that one written? And we have the likes of Keyamu. I always make mention of their name, the vice president, and S0W0RE. S0W0RE was even the one that said, why didn't the lawyers just allow the shorties to present themselves? And you want to tell me a professor of law will not know the right thing to do? Is it constitutional that shorties must present themselves? You could see, you know, all of the lies they just put up. They were just trying to maneuver everything. Like people have been saying, if the Showore's lawyer, Mr. Falana and his team, if they are bow to the pressure that, okay, we just wanted him to be released, let the shorties go and present themselves, and that is what they will be doing, and that gives us a victory that we don't need to be, you know, just because of what we want at that particular time, just temporary thing. Oh, let me just yield to it now. Is it not just for me to be released? And at the end of the day, people will be paying dearly for that. Do you know the legacy they would have left this DSS? And it would have become a routine thing, the normal thing. Even when it is not constitutional, they will tell you they have to see the shorties before they will be released. Then why did they release them? Because the judge has lambasted them and embarrassed them in court. Why didn't they wait for the shorties? Because they say it is part of the administrative processes for shorties to present themselves. Where is that one done? Thank God that these guys, the lawyers, they stood by their words, they stood by the constitution, that you cannot be tossing us here and there because we just want to be released. It is better for the man to be there. But in as much law and the constitution will be followed, who is now embarrassed now? Have they not embarrassed themselves? All of the things that they counted. Of course, Nigerians know, the whole world knows that they are just being economical with the truth. They are just looking for excuse. In my own opinion, if you know that what you have charged this guy for, you are sure of that, you would have released him, then let him be coming to the court so that they will be able to judge the matter accordingly if you are sure what you are saying. You also have charge against him. That is to tell you, these people don't really have kids, and everybody knows it. Shame to all those who are saying, oh, revolution, why did he use that word? Now they saw the other side of government, meaning that they were just trying to put up some things together. They are afraid of constructive criticism. Now they are talking about a social media regulations. But we thank God for Nigerians, those who stood. We saw a lot of people who are coming for protest. Just few people, they you, kudos to them, irrespective of what you want to say, no matter what you want to say about them. People have been coming out to protest. How many of them? Just like 5-10 people. It's really a big blow on Nigerians. At the end of the day, if we don't stand, no matter how hot or no matter how painful what we are going through, if we don't stand to the end, we will not get justice, because they always feel that, oh, Nigerians don't want problem. Any little thing, they will just heed. They just want to leave they just want to be out of the problem they are experiencing. And at the end of the day, it has created a lot of problem for us because we just want a quick fix. Oh, so that I'll just be out of this. You can imagine if the lawyers had bowed to the pressure of the DSS by presenting shorties. Do you know what would have happened? They would have demanded for something else, and people would just say, just allow, just for this man to leave the place. Is he not leaving have they not released him? Is he not living freely now? Did they present the shorties? It is very, very good to stand on the truth. Stand on what you believe, no matter what. Don't let anybody intimidate you. So congratulations to them. They have been released, not quite long. So guys, I would like to hear from you what you think about this new development. Leave your comments below. Thank you very much. Bye.